Welcome, welcome, welcome to Garnetqueentarot, where we are inspired to rise. How are my wonderful, wonderful Leos doing today? How you guys doing? What's up? What's on your mind? What's happening? Talk to me. You know we want to get in your business. We want to see what's happening. We want to gain knowledge and information. And you know, Leos, you guys are strong lions. But we're all human. You guys really take on a lot. Let's see what your special realm is right now. You don't feel, do you feel? I'm starting to talk like my kids now, you don't. I'm like, what negative stuff is that? Do you feel like things are transforming right now in your life? This is like an exciting time right now. Really exciting time. Let's see what's going on for our wonderful Leos. Talk to us. Let us know. Leos, want that inspiration to rise. What's been happening? Let's see what your word is. Oh, it's a beautiful card. Speak up. Speak up. You know, that's surprising for a Leo. Something must be going on because you guys normally do speak up. Loud and clear. Because you usually have a lot to say. So for you not speaking up, something is going on. What's happening? How's work going? Where is that energy? I'm feeling like this subtle type mode. I was fired up a little while ago, and I was feeling real positivity. But you guys, what's happening? I'm feeling this energy. It's not negative or anything. It's just like, I'm here. I'm here. What's going on? Oh, you're making me sad. What's happening? Somebody pissing you off? Let me know so I can get them. Garnet Queen gonna get them. Spirit, speak to us on behalf of our wonderful Leos. Help them to share their information. Clear your vibes. I'm telling you, it's not a negative energy. It's just subtle. It's just like passive like, and you're not usually falling in that rain. Change and transition. You're definitely on the path as everyone else is today. And don't hate, meditate. Ooh, don't hate. So people that's pushing your buttons and getting on your nerves, don't let them rule. Too much is going on. Too much is going on for you, and you clear your vibes. Don't let them encompass on your path. It seems like people are like doing that. You know, I remember my daughter. She used to bug up my oldest son, and he'd be watching TV, and she would jump in front of TV, and then when he was getting up, she'd run away from the TV. She would do this when he's watching his programs, and her dad was watching. And, you know, I was getting ready to say, she's a little girl. She's this. Give her a break. And my son would say, Mom, no matter what she does, you find an excuse to let it go. He said, she's a brat. And she does things to annoy me. So my husband was sitting down. He said to me, he's right. Because I've been watching her. And she knows the boy is watching TV. And she keeps jumping in front of the TV while he's watching it, so he would miss different things, and she knows he'll get in trouble for hitting her. So he said, you gotta discipline. I say, you discipline her, you know, in regards to what she's doing, because you were watching all the time. The thing is, people will see the things that people are doing to you, and they'll ignore it or they'll let it go. And you don't want to seem like somebody that every little thing you're making a fuss about. But you see the actions of other people and they're trying to mess with you. And that's what you experience a little bit of. Because they know it takes a lot to really throw you off. They test you all along the way to see how far they can go with you. And then they know you're going to lose it. It's very difficult to calm a lion. Okay? I wouldn't even want to make the attempt. At all. That's when you talk about music soothes the savage beast. You have to be able to continue doing what you do, because people get jealous because, like I tell you, you're always in charge of something. You're a leader. You're confident. And not everybody goes with the flow, goes along. And people will test you to see what reaction they would get from you. And what I say to you is, don't let them win. Don't let them win, because you know who you are. You're confident in yourself. You're a very faithful and determined individual, male or female, but you will experience a lot of tests on your way because you're constantly climbing. We're human. You might take a vacation here and there, but then you get right back to it. Right back to it. You might even take an extra day and say, oh, I got to go back to this, but you go back to it. And people that are envious, and it seems like, especially summertime, the envy, because everybody out there, people that are envious of people, you might be a nice dresser, people respect you, there's always one or two people or more that will test you to see, yeah, let's see if Leo could stay in line. Let's see what they do. And let me tell you something. This is the time when you stay on your grind. You're experiencing transformation. And didn't it say it, change and transition? Change and transformation. You're changing. You're growing. You're moving forward. Like they tell you in prison, right? You see the movies where somebody is nearing their exit date. And there's always somebody that tests them during that time because they know they're growing. Because when you're getting out of prison, it's supposed to be growth. So people want to prevent that. They want to stop it. And as long as you let them encroach on your path and get over on you and make you react emotionally when you don't need to. Because like a lion, most of the time they stand their ground, but when they roar, they roar. And you have to stay on point and not allow people that are witnesses to your growth, seeing you getting ready to lead yet again. Okay? So when they tell you don't hate, meditate, when people are pushing your buttons, that means you got to slow down for a minute. I didn't say stop. I said slow down for a minute. Take some breaths. Because they could be on the edge of you exploding. And that's what they want. To show you're temperamental or you can't handle stress. You have to defeat them. You have to win because you're working towards something here and you don't want them to throw you off course. You can't allow it. And they're waiting in the midst to mess you up. And you got to stay true to you. You know who you are and what you produce. You know the knowledge that you have. You know how you are continuously learning and working to improve. And there's some people that can't take that. You always seem like you got everything together, but you're also a protector. You're the king or queen of the jungle, right? You have to be able to hold your own through the storms. And that's where you get your tenacity energy from because you believe in yourself. You can't make somebody make you doubt who you are. Stop it. What? Don't get me tie-tongue. They be trying you and trying you and trying you. And you try to keep your composure. Not even try, you're doing it. You're holding it down. Relationships be testing you, everything. But you know what? That's how you're being measured. You're being measured by how you could keep your composure and not allow the outside forces to make you doubt yourself, to block your path, and throw you off course. Not happening. I'm not saying you don't feel like it sometimes, but it's not happening. Please. They don't know who you are. They better recognize Leo's in the house. They better learn to recognize. Woo! Prosperity begins. You not playing. You are not playing. You are on your path. And no matter what they do to you, you still gonna rise. You still gonna grow. The beginning is just starting. Prosperity begins. All the hard work, all the energy, all the sweat equity that you have placed in your life, in your career, in your relationship is going to keep growing no matter who tries to throw a wrench in it. It's going to keep growing because you're a believer. You're usually very confident. And I see you, it says speak up. I see you've been keeping quiet lately because I think you don't want to hurt nobody. See? Emotional withdrawal. That's the vibe I was feeling. It's like he was just pulling away. You're so tired of certain people and certain things, and you don't want to act on emotion, so you keeping your composure, but you're not being your true self. This is not who you are. This is not what you represent. You allowing people to infringe on your emotions, and we can't allow that. We can't stand for that. Sorry. We all need a break today, but you can't be emotional in the jungle of life. I'm sorry, you just can't do it. They can get you in that time. You have to stay neutral. You have to stay where you know there are people that are testing your limits. Some of them are bringing you down, and you're doing the best that you can, and you're human. You don't like the negative comments and things people say because you feel like you're always in battle to prove who you are. And it's frustrating. You know who you are. You're the king and the queen of the jungle. You know, you have strength and tenacity built in. It's part of your DNA. So when people throw things at you, they want to know, is this line breakable or not? Because no matter what comes their way, they seem to bounce back. And a lot of times it's your source saying, you know, you got to go through some challenges to rise. You can't just walk into a la-di-da. You have to go through some stuff so you could protect the masses. And even if you don't want that position, it belongs to you. Sorry. This is part of your makeup. And no matter what comes at you, you have to be able to handle it. That's what you represent. That's your strength, tenacity. That's your power, whether you like it or not. And that's why we take vacations, because we know what we represent, right? So when you represent that, you have to stop at times so that you can allow yourself to refresh, to revive. You just can't keep going and going and going. You're not the Energizer Bunny, okay? You have to stop. Some people say, oh, I'll just accumulate all the time at the end of the year, and I'll see if I can get money for it. I can do this, I can do. You need to take time out, because there are always going to be people that try to take down the king and the queen of the jungle. So you have to be prepared and ready for them when they approach. You understand? So your guard has to be up at all times, whether you like it or not. It's part of your makeup. It's the position you hold. It's what you represent. People look up to you. People respect you. And you have to realize that people will also try you. But they're also intimidated by you. So when you hold your ground to something and you not give up, people look to see your facial expression, how you can get over this hump or bump. Do you give up? Do you keep going? Do you get emotional? You hold your own. You are human, but you've trained yourself to stand with respect, to stand your ground, and to realize there will always be people testing you. Always. Always. Especially when you're climbing. They attack. They attack. How the heck does he or she keep it together like that? Those darn Leos. They think they all of this. They think they all of that. People always got something to say. But you're allowing it to kind of dent you a little. because you're tired of it. You're tired of it. You're tired of it. You feel like there's always something lurking in the shadows to come at you. Imagine a lion in the jungle. And at any bush or anything, there's always going to be people coming out and testing you, lurking behind you, shadowing you. It could even be in training in your career, the job that you're in. You have to train other people. And sometimes they don't pay attention. Sometimes they don't do what they need to do. And you still got to stay cool, calm, and collected because they're evaluating you as well. What kind of person are you? What kind of leader are you? It's like the positions that you hold always have you in a position of leadership. So whenever you're in these positions, and even if you start from the bottom, you continue to rise. That's who you are. And when they're telling you to speak up, normally the lion speaks up and roars too, right? You're not doing that lately because you're letting the voices of other people deter you from holding down the position that was made for you because of their little comments. If the position was made for them, they would get it. But it was made for you. That's why people constantly recognize you and people hate on you. And I know it's sad sometimes because you feel you want to get along with everybody. You know, the thing is with the lion is not looking for everybody to be their friend. Okay, your circle of friends is usually a small one because you're holding a position of leadership. But the respect of everyone is there. And sometimes I know you want to be one of the girls or one of the guys, but you can't. You might do some fun things every now and then, but when you work on trying to separate your position of leadership with the people around you, not everybody's going to be promoted. I'm telling you, not everybody's going to be promoted. Therefore, there'll be some residual hate on it. Think about it. When you get a card that says to you, don't hate, meditate. Don't hate, meditate. Don't allow your emotions to take over and for you to become angry. You meditate and you find your core of peace and you sit there for a minute and you breathe. You listen to your intuition. You pray to your source. You do whatever you have to do to gain back control. Because you have prosperity coming to you. And it's going to be worse with people coming at you. My father used to say all the time. I remember I went to him one time in high school and I said, Daddy, I've had it. And I was crying and I said, oh, they always talking about me. They always talking about me and stuff like that. And he looked at me and he okay. He looked at me and said, so? My father said, so. I'm crying my eyes out, crying my heart out to my dad to let him know what I'm experiencing at school, in high school. And he says to me, so? He says to me, and that's when you know you're going to get a lesson from him. And he said, call my name, and then he said, do you know Jesus? And I said, yes. He said, no, do you really know Jesus? And I said, yes, Daddy. And he said, what did they do to him? I said, they was talking about him. He said, they talked about Jesus. And he came here to save us. And what did we do to him? So who the hell are you? He said, people are going to talk about people. He said, do you notice that people only talk about important people? If you didn't matter, people wouldn't be talking about you. He said, it's when they stop talking about you have to worry. And he had to explain it to me and break it down to me. Whatever you're doing is standing out. It's illuminated on your head, whatever. You're a star, you're shining bright, you're a diamond. But diamonds get dull, right? Spotlights change. But right now it's on you, so you must be doing something, hopefully right, that's making people see you shine. Letting people see you shine. So don't feel bad. Figure that whatever you're doing, as long as it's not illegal, Well, putting down people, he said, you're going to shine because that was bestowed upon you. So when you're going through stuff, Leo, it's because you're always in the limelight. You're always at the forefront. People are seeing you, and some of them just can't stand it. Some people just can't stand it. I'm trying to think of the quote that Denzel Washington always puts out there. But the bottom line is, when I paraphrase it, it's people are seeing you shine, and it irritates their soul, their spirit. They can't be happy for you because it seems like all you do is win. They don't know your down times, when you've had hurdles that you had to get over, when you had to take care of your mother, you had to take care of your father, you got the kids, your husband ain't there, or in the military, and you're by yourself and trying to handle everything. It's so many things that transpire in the lives of people that people have no knowledge about. Sometimes people have their husbands or wives that have passed away at war or accidents and different things, and you have to get over it. You're a human being. You bleed like everybody else, but you're expected to stand tall at all times. People look up to you, and they look to you. So they expect you to be in that mode of growth, creativity, confidence, nurturer, mentor, leader, teacher. And if you don't take those breaks like you're supposed to and go on vacation and do things that's going to help you to rise higher and be better, you will come out being weak in the jungle. And people can't handle that. So what I'm saying to you is, don't let people make you feel bad. When you need a break, you take it. But do know that you are respected, and people talk about you because you're important. And you're gliding through. Things are falling into place. It's just you allowing the words of others to bring you down. That's why the emphasis was placed here for you to speak up. And that's something that's very rare. I can't tell you right now that I know any really silent Leos. I'm thinking of it now, and I'm thinking of all my friends. My friends have some loud voices, and that are Leos. I'm trying to think of which Leo that's different. I mean, even with yourself, ask yourself, are you different? What kind of Leo are you? Are you a Leo that's going to let the voices of others tear you down? Or are you a leader that's standing up in the jungle and protecting the people, those who like you and those who don't? That's just like a president of the United States. There's going to be people that love you, and there's going to be people who can't stand you. There's going to be people that talk about you and say things that aren't true. And you have to stay there and listen and take it. People that don't even know you have something to say about you. Wow. Look at the first card that comes out with your reading too. The Hierophant. What is that to you? That's a teacher. You're a mentor. Wow. I felt that. We were just talking about that. I felt that. Oh my gosh, I felt that. You are a leader. You are a teacher. You are a mentor. This is the position you hold. You getting frustrated by the things people saying and doing, but this is who you are. This is what you have to take. Remember in school, there's some teachers you like and love, and some teachers you just can't stand. That's how it is as a Leo. We all have people that like us and don't like us, but with a Leo, you're always in a top tier position unless you don't want to be. And whoo, these two came out. Wow. That broke through on me. And these people have been putting you down. You got the Hierophant. You got the Knight of Pentacles, the World, Five of Cups. These people have been pushing your buttons, but you do know the power that you hold, right? You do know this. And I see you looking out to the future and saying, this too shall pass. But it's like a pulling and tugging. You're being torn. You've tried a few things and it didn't work out in your favor. But if you turn around and you look, you got more options behind you, more options coming forward. You're not empty. Okay? You have enough to fill your tank. But you got to do it with what you want, where you see yourself. You might be in a position right now that you feel is holding you back and you want to take on this new role. But you know it's going to be more stress than what you go through now when you're contemplating. When you have the confidence you have and possess, you don't have to stay stuck in the jungle. You could venture out. Say, okay, I'm going to be a lion in the city. You know what I mean? It's like so many opportunities are there for you, and sometimes you restrict and limit yourself because you don't want to hear that backbite, that talk back. You want to be at peace, but you're not comfortable in a complete position where it's just peaceful. Because when you're a leader and you're in charge, there's always going to be people that pull and tug and disagree with you. Some will support you. Some will say they support you and talk about you behind your back. But you have to be able to withstand and take all of that pressure as it comes. And that's why I tell you the vacations are important. Because when you're going through all of these trials and tribulations with people, their lives, listening, counselor, everything, you hold a position where people have to come to you. They must come to you. Some type of management position, teacher position, mentor, president of a company. You hold powerful positions. And with power comes resistance. And that's something you have to learn to deal with. You can't hold a powerful position. You're the lion or the king of the jungle and then expect people to be meek and mild. It's not going to happen. You have to accept the good with the bad. Accept the growth, the prosperity and possibilities. Because that's where you're at your best, at your finest. You think quick on your feet. You are a protector. You're a leader. And the resistance makes you doubt who you are because you're listening to the comments of those who couldn't hold that type of position even if you paid them double. Don't let them make you sway from your goals and your positions and limit it. And you get mad to yourself and you're like, I'm done. I'm not dealing with this crap no more. I'm sick of it. Stop. Stop and accept the fact you're a leader. You are a leader. And right now you're going through changes and transition so you could be a better you. Clear your vibes. Don't allow these people to make you doubt self. That's why they say what? Don't hate, meditate. Take a time out when you need it. What are you right now? A teacher. Speak up. Let your voice be heard. Okay? Prosperity is coming on the path for you. Okay? You have more opportunities. You have options coming to you. Just because these 3 things didn't work out doesn't mean that these 2 won't. You have 5 cups, 3 didn't work out. You still got 2 to go through. And all of these have it where you're looking towards the future. It's like that's when there's the most doubt because you're stretching. You're going to a zone that may not be as comfortable as this one, but you know what you're coming from. So you want to grow. You have the strength. You have the tenacity. But because of the fact that you have the doubt as well, it might restrict you from being where you need to be. You don't want as much aggravation, and sometimes you get fed up. But if you don't take that vacation, take the break and speak up and let your voice be heard as you normally do, you're going to be drained. Don't allow others to control your tank. Woo! That was deep, right? Don't allow others to control your tank. They're not going to tell you when you're on full and when you're on empty or where you're right in the middle. You determine that. The power you possess. Get into your intuition and recognize it for what it is. That's why you can't give up. So you got to go through the storms. You want to be the best you possible? Like we say, Garnetqueentarot, be inspired to rise, be the best you possible. You're going to frustrate yourself. You got this. Keep going and growing. I'm serious. People be testing you. They pissing me off. Speak up. Let your voice be heard no matter who likes it or not. Garnet Queen Tarot, where we are inspired to rise. Be the best you possible, Leos. And don't allow other people's voices to make you doubt who you are. You're the lion. That's who you are. Represent. Take care. Talk soon. And keep doing you. Keep being you. You got storms to go through, but you know what? You got your gear. You got your umbrella, your boots, your scarf, everything you need. You're going to make it through and continue to rise. Can I get a hello? Hello? You going to do this. Leo's in the house. Smile. Smile. Come on now. Stop playing. Heck, don't even smile. Laugh. Give that laugh from the heart, from the gut. You got this. Take care. Talk soon. Thanks so much for sharing your message with us. Thank you for allowing me to be all up in your business. I knew something was wrong. You didn't speak up. Oh, dang, I got you. You didn't speak up. Where's that card? Right here. You didn't speak up. That's why I didn't hear you initially. Take care. Talk soon. Garnet Queen Tarot. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.